What's going on, guys, and welcome back. So the past few vlog episodes have been always on the road, from Art Basel
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.
to New York.
$228,000. To me, the beer market is over and Michael sale gets liquidated.
And it can seem like all I'm doing is traveling and shaking hands. But today, we're gonna share with you a normal week in the life actual vlog where you see us in the office, from taking meetings with portfolio founders, taking calls with potential prospective LPs, me at the trading station, me discussing things with the team throughout the day. And I'm warning now, it's a bit less flashy, it's less exciting, but you'll see behind the scenes of the actual conversations we have with our founders and kind of how we operate. Now today's a little bit more about the venture side, because we happen to have in January all our annual review calls where we talk with our portfolio founders to see what their strategy is for the next 12 months and so forth. So we'll cover some of that, and I'm sure in future videos we'll have a little bit more of me at the battle station, me talking with Jonas about macro and so forth. But regardless, I hope you enjoy the session.
This last sprint that we've done has easily been our best. In terms of quality, in terms of output on the product, we feel we've stepped into a really good phase now where the team is working very, very efficiently.
What would you sum up as your biggest, most boldest goals for 2023?
If we by October are able to launch Bornless with a successful launch, if we're able to match Hunt Showdown's growth, then we'll be on track to essentially have our own small unicorn.
This is something we could find a way to tap into, is hosting workshops locally, maybe even in the area. I mean, there's a lot of other people in Miami. So if we can host high caliber, you can only get in if you're credit investor, meaning it is something people would want to attend. We have room for, let's say, 20 to 30, something small and curated, credit investors that are looking to make angel investment, fund investment, and so forth, with maybe an hour-and-a-half programming, could be a weeknight, and provide them a digestible look into the future of whether it's the metaverse, crypto, and so forth.
For the VC community, I think there's a feeling that 5 years ago a lot of people tried to put money in VR. A lot of those companies didn't work out. They kind of got impatient and they backed away from it for a while. I do feel that there's this feeling people are really looking at the space again and wanting to get involved. Do you have any advice for other investors that might not be super sort of native to the ecosystem as they enter, where to invest in VR? What are the places of value? There's probably different games, there's different virtual studios. Where do you begin? What's your advice you could offer them?
I would say step one, lay down old assumptions. I've come across a lot of VCs, they might have tried VR in 2015, 16, 17, 18. They formed an opinion, they formed a thesis, and they've stuck with that thesis. And VR is a very fast evolving space, and so I find that a lot of generalist VCs step away from VR investments because they've already made up their mind. And so I think it's good to revisit the facts, revisit the numbers, but also revisit the medium. Try it out, buy one of the new headsets, try things out. So I think for me, 28, 29, still going as fast as I was, but also going as fast as I can while ensuring that I'm also going to be running this for a few decades.
Yeah.
Because there's no point, that's the one thing I realized, if I'm operating at a level where I'm working towards retirement, especially early retirement, that's fucking stupid, because then you're going at a pace where you're not enjoying it, you're just going as fast as you can. And can I accomplish more in 3 years sprinting than, let's say, I can accomplish in 10 years with a strong pace? Probably not, so I can accomplish more and have a better time by pacing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
You jump right now?
Go for it. So we made this.
Yeah, so Dan Jablonski, I'm from Hartmann Capital. I'm representing Felix. Felix couldn't be here. We're currently trying to bring someone on our team, so we're doing a final round of interview right now. Coming over from the TradFi side anyways, the infrastructure that they have built out over there has been effective for decades. And we've seen now over the last 3 years a total inefficiency across major lending desks in crypto, and that resulted in a terrible year in 2022 where everybody went under and everybody was affected in this massive contagion. So just like you also said at the very end of your point, regulation is a huge point in that, and I think as regulation starts to become more clear across the space, that's when we really will see the large influx of that traditional finance infrastructure to be able to not only like catapult where we're at now, but then where we're going in the future as well too.
We are the co-lead investor in this current round. We made our first investment, I believe, in February of last year. So we've been, following Laurent's journey for quite a bit now and supporting him. And, our big bet essentially is that, Red Pill has a couple different, journeys it can go through. But one that it is ready for today already is that essentially the metaverse version of Live Nation, where it can do creation, distribution, monetization of any virtual event. It could be a fashion show, a concert, a conference, anything you think of, but in the digital world. Big fans of Laurent. We've already deployed 1.6 million with the Metaverse Fund. My brother directly invested another 300,000, and now we're raising this SPV, which Dan joined himself as well. And so we're obviously very bullish. We're putting our own money into this as well. So over to Laurent, an incredible founder in the VR space. He's been in this industry for 30 years, which he'll tell you a little bit more about.
Right. Because the way to almost look at it, if from a price perspective, is more so you can either have a full development team, that will run you, let's call it 300, 400K a year, 3-4 times 100K a year salaries, or you can have somebody who's just a good designer plus shapes, and they can do the same output,
Exactly.
That's awesome. Hey Ross.
Hey Ross, how you doing?
Good. Hi Dan. Hey, good, thanks.
Pleasure to meet you.
This month we're already up 45. We manage risk on a risk of ruin level, meaning we've been operating for 5 years. We've never blown up, which is rare in crypto, and we always stay in business. And not just that, our winners significantly outsize our losers. In 2021, Bitcoin did 40% or 50%. Last year, Bitcoin lost perhaps 70% or 77%. We both made more on the upside, we lost less on the downside. So I think it's the ideal vehicle if you're trying to beat beta, but absolutely doesn't make it market neutral. It definitely is not ideal for you if the max drawdown should be, let's say, sub 20%.
Dude, we're so nice. We're so fucking nice. How can you not love us and want to invest with us? We're so fucking nice.
I think you guys are all familiar, but we launched Ice Poker in October 2021. In Q4 2021 and then 22, we posted some huge revenue numbers in combination with being at the top of the bull market and selling out about 15,000 items. We saw the treasury value grow to nearly 60 million.
So 2022 was really about building solid foundations when it comes to easier onboarding, better economics in our game, and just stickier gameplay. And so 2023, our main lever now that we have is just growth. Majority of our player base is metaverse. While we will continue to expand our metaverse player base, we really want to grow our user base on mobiles because it's like a really solid funnel into the metaverse.
Hearing good news.
What the fuck, dude? I got up to brag to the guys like how much the market went up, and it went up another $100 since. So look at ETH. Look at ETH. Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus. I don't even know what to say.
What does that mean for the fund?
Good. Let me refresh one or two numbers. And I don't even know if we can refresh them fast enough because it's moving so fast. Now we're up over 60%, we're up 61% for the month. And that's still $100 off for Ethereum. So really the number should be probably up 63%. Wow. You know what the sad part is? That's not even a top 3 month for me. It's up there though, it's like top 5 I think now.
And how much is ETH alone up this month?
ETH is only up 29%. 68.15%. Not bad. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, but stay for 1 second. I can't share everything on social media. And for that very reason, I send out an exclusive email once a week where I share my inside thoughts on what's going on in the markets, what kind of opportunities and futuristic trends do I see with technologies. Now, if you're interested in that, simply go check out the link in the description and I'll see you next time.